Hi learners, today let's talk about the anatomy of an effective learning session. Now, you can use the paradigm, the framework that I will be presenting sa inyo to see if you are reviewing effectively, and if not, you can use the systems and techniques and tips that I will provide and integrate it to your current review session in order for you to level up your studying and learning. But before that, again, my name is Al and this is Learning Agri with Al, and this channel is created to provide free supplemental lecture series on agricultural sciences, at the same time provide tips and insights on effective learning for all of you students, professionals, or if you just consider yourself as a lifelong learner. So let's start off. What is the anatomy of an effective learning session? All learning sessions starts off with this first step, which I call as focus exposure. What do I mean by exposure? So exposure simply means the first time that you have read the material na gusto mong pag-aralan, or the first time that you have listened to the lecture that you are interested about, interested to learn. So yun yung exposure. And ang keyword dito is, when you are exposing yourself to reading or listening to a particular lecture, you need to focus. Okay? Focus means all of the distractions that are on the way, you put it away. Let's focus. Ano ba kasi ang ginagawa ng focus sa ating brain? Focus primes our brain to transform itself for effective learning. It is as if kapag nagfo-focus ka, sinasabi mo sa brain mo na, "Hoy, brain, itong information na pinagfo-focusan ko ngayon, this is very important. So you need to change in order to accommodate learning." And that's what is happening if we focus. As a study conducted in the US for students in the medical field, gusto nilang malaman kung ano ba yung mga top-notch habits ng mga top-performing student doon sa medical field na yon. And napag-alaman nila na yung mga top 1% ng mga estudyante, they are the ones who knows how to focus. For example, if they are reviewing, they review alone. That's number 1. If they are reviewing, they also put all distractions away. Cell phones, and in fact, some of them will even go further and in informing their loved ones or friends na, "Hoy, hindi mo na ako makakasagot ng tawag or text or chat nyo kasi magre-review muna ako." So focus is very important. If you want to have an effective review session, especially when you are first reviewing a particular material, mag-focus ka. Wag kang nagse-cellphone habang nagre-review. Put all distractions away. When you are reading, make sure that you are attentive on that particular material. When you are listening, make sure that you are attentive to the lecturer or to the professor who is discussing that specific topic. Now, it is unrealistic to expect that you will be 100% focused for 2 hours straight. Let's say, kung nag-alat ka ng 2 hours for reading. Ang mangyayari dyan, more than likely, may times na you are attentive and may times na lumilipad yung isip mo. So, ang gawin nyo lang, kapag lumipad yung isip nyo, deliberately, ibalik nyo lang siya doon sa content na gusto nyong pag-aralan. Ibalik nyo lang siya deliberately. And that will also train your attention, I suppose, especially right now where everyone is almost always distracted. Kasi nga, sa smartphones and everything, napakadaming stimulus. But during this time na almost everyone is distracted, parang superpower na ang maging focused and attentive. So, ibalik lang natin. Imagine it as an exercise to improve our focus and to improve our attention every time that we are exposed to a new material. So, that's the first step of an effective learning session, focused exposure. And the keyword there is focused. The next one would be any effective learning session or system integrates active recall. Lagi kong sinasabi sa inyo yan. Ano ba ang active recall? It is actively remembering or recalling the information that you have read or that you have listened to in a particular lecture. So you can do that by simply thinking ano ba yung napag-aralan ko sa lecture na to? Or ano ba yung nabasa ko sa lecture na to? You can do that way, or you can create questions and practice yourself answering those questions. So that's active recall. Active recall is more important or more effective than rereading the material na pinag-aaralan nyo. In fact, there was a study conducted kung saan they are trying to assess kung sino sa dalawang grupo ang makakakuha ng mataas na score. So, one group, ang ginawa nila, binasa nila yung material 5 times. The other group, binasa nila yung material once, and then nag-practice test sila, so that's active recall, sa kanila tinake yung final assessment. And guess what? Sino sa dalawang grupo ang nakakuha ng mas mataas na score? It is group B. The one who just read the material once, used practice test, active recall, before taking the final assessment. Sila yung nakakuha ng mas mataas na score. And alam niyo yung what's funny about this study is that yung mga nagbasa nung material ng paulit-ulit, I guess that's 5 times na binasa nila yung material, they are confident na mas mataas yung makukuha nila. Pero kabaliktaran yung nangyari. So for those of you who are fond of rereading the material as a form of reviewing strategy, sorry to break your bubble, hindi po yan effective. If you want your review session to be effective, do active recall, do practice test. Pero syempre magtatanong kayo, Sir, if I will be doing practice test, how often? Gaano kadalas ako magpa-practice test or mag-active recall? And the answer would be, do it as often as you can. Especially if you are preparing for a board exam, such as the licensure exam for agriculturists, or any assessment na very important sa academic goals nyo, do active recall as much as you can, paulit-ulit. Because research shows that the more active recall you do, and the consistently you do it, the higher the probability na matatandaan nyo yung information na yun. And of course, that would translate to good grades, and that would translate to good learning as well. So if you're going to integrate active recall sa review session nyo, I would suggest do it every day. Lagi ko nang sinasabi sa inyo yan. Do it consistently, do it every day. At least 70% of your review session is allocated to actively recalling yung mga pinag-aaralan natin. Iwan nyo na yung mga rereading strategies or highlighting strategies. Hindi yun effective. Go do active recall. Create flashcards if you want to. If you don't want to create flashcards, di isulat mo lang lahat ng mga napag-aralan mo and isipin mo kung ano yung mga concepts na importante, ano yung mga concepts na integrated or connected para mas tumibay yung information na yon sa ating mga neurons, and that would translate to better remembering or recalling of information during the exam. Now, one specific strategy that I would share sa inyo on active recall is to do active recall right after exposing yourself or reading the new material or listening to a particular lecture. One study researched this. So, gumawa sila ng 3 grupo to see kung alin sa 3 grupo na to yung makakakuha ng mataas na score. So, the first group, ang ginawa nila, binasa nila yung material, so that's exposure. So, they've read the material. After a long time, so may gap sa gitna, nag-active recall sila, and right after active recall, final assessment. So, yun yung ginawa nung final na, yung first group. The second group, ang ginawa nila, exposure doon sa material, then may short na gap in between, may active recall, and then may short na gap in between ulit, active recall, before doing the final exam. The third group, exposure to the material again, then immediately, after nila mabasa yung material, immediately nagkaroon ng active recall, then after a long time, final assessment. So, alin dito sa 3 grupo yung nakakuha ng mataas na score? Now, some of you might be thinking na, Sir, si group 1 kasi yung gap between active recall and final exam or final assessment is so short. Kasi right after active recall, nag-final assessment agad sila. But you have to remember na yung group 1, na-expose sila sa material, then after a long time, bago sila nag-active recall. Sila, Group 1, actually got the lowest assessment scores. And sino yung grupo na nakakuha ng mataas na score? It is Group 3. Group 3 is the one who, right after exposure, reading the material, nag-active recall sila agad. And after a long time, most of the things that they've recalled actively, tumagal pa rin even after a long time before taking the exam. So yun yung strategy na ipe-present ko sa inyo ngayon na pwede nyo magamit sa inyong pagre-review. When you are first exposed to a material, so let's say you are reading a particular subject or you first went into a lecture, right after reading and right after listening to that lecture, mag-active recall ka na agad. So how can you do that? You can just simply get a piece of paper and right after that lecture, isulat mo lahat ng mga natatandaan mo na naaalala mo or dapat mong matandaan. Or, you can just think about it. Like for 15 minutes, sit down and think, yes, okay, so this is a very interesting topic and I've learned the following, blah, 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 blah. Paano na ulit pala nag-relate yung ganito doon sa ganitong concept? Then balikan mo yung notes mo. Ang mahalaga dito is that you need to shorten the time between reading and listening to a lecture and active recall. In fact, study shows na kapag ginawa mo yung strategy na yon, 50% of the information is immediately retained as opposed to the norm na 10 to 20% if we just passively receive or obtain the information. Now, one of the harmful things that you can do right after exposure to a material or listening to a lecture is to use your phone. If you use your phone right after reading a particular topic or listening to a lecture, most of the information na inaral mo doon, nawawala. Kumbaga, they are being leached away kung gagamitin natin yung soil science terminology. Kasi kapag nag-phone ka, parang ang analogy nito is, nagkaroon ng information rain, kumbaga. So, umulan ng information nung ginamit mo yung phone mo, and most of the things that you should be remembering on that particular lecture or on that particular readings will be leached away. Because the phone is also a tool that gives you tons and tons of information. Kaya, napapalitan yung mga ni-review mo ng information na ini-scroll mo sa phone. So, iwasan nyo yun. Instead of using your phone, do active recall right after reading a particular material or listening to a lecture. So, that is how you can use active recall naman sa inyong pagre-review. Now, the last one to assess whether you are learning effectively or not is to see if you are having a good sleep. So, napakahalaga niyan. With all of your reviewing and studying and everything, sana hindi kayo nakukulangan ng quality sleep. Sleep is very important. Kasi sa sleep, actually, dyan nagkakaroon ng neuroplasticity, technically speaking. So, dyan nagbabago yung brain natin when we sleep. Yes, we are studying in the day, doing active recall and focused reading and listening to lectures. Pero during sleep, na-i-integrate yung mga information na yan and they are forming new neurons to strengthen the information that you are learning. And in fact, research says that when you have a good sleep, yung pag-aaral natin dun sa mga concepts na gusto nating aralin is being repeated 100 times. So, kahit natulog ka, nag-aaral ka pa rin. And, nag-aaral ka at a faster rate. The information is being repeated 100 times in your brain. Kaya pagkagising mo, you have that kind of freshness na, aha, naaalala ko yung mga pinag-aralan ko kahapon. So, this is very important, guys. You need to have, number one, in terms of time, at least aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per day. And in terms of quality, sana within those 7 to 9 hours, hindi pa putol-putol yung ating tulog. Yung tipong everyone are nagigising kayo tapos hindi na kayo makatulog. So aim to develop a good sleep habit. Bago kayong matulog, wag na kayong mag-phone. That's one. Mahalaga rin na nagpapaaraw kayo sa umaga, and before night time comes, mahalaga na lumabas rin kayo to prime your eyes na, oy, padilim na. So, aantokin na ako later on. But in terms of having a good sleep, let's talk about that on another episode, kung ano yung mga strategies na pwede natin gamitin. Basta ang mahalaga dito is, you need to have a good sleep para masabi that you are learning effectively. So, yun yung paradigm na gusto kong i-share sa inyo to assess whether you are reviewing effectively or not. So, unang-una, are you focusing on the material if you are reading it or if you are listening to our lecture? That's called focus exposure. Are you doing, number 2, active recall instead of just rereading? Are you doing active recall often? Or are you doing active recall immediately right after primary exposure to the material? And the last one, are you having a good sleep? So I hope this content brings insight to you kung paano nyo siya ma-apply sa inyong study session. Comment if you have any questions. Like this video if this video is naging helpful and beneficial sa inyo. Share it to your friends as well if you know anyone na medyo nahihirapan sa pagre-review nila. And please, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell for more contents that I will be releasing soon. Maraming salamat. God bless everyone on your journey. Kayang-kaya nyo yan, whatever that is. Keep on learning.